layers like presentation layer, controller layer, service layer, persistence layer, integration layer, and etc. That means what? All things in single environment. Most of the current maintenance projects are what? Monolithic project. Easy to deploy because all of them packed into single var jar, na, easy to deploy. If you want, you can create multiple instances. If total project is single jar or var. Next, performing unit testing is easy because all are together, right? Less possibility of getting network problem because all are together single place. Where is network among the modules? Not there. There's no network among the modules, right? Performing logging and debugging operations is easy or not there. Villain, you are threatening everyone, huh? You came, you left. Chota villain is villain only, huh? Debugging operations very easy. Okay, that means all are together, boss. Getting the flow, knowing the flow of execution is quite easy or not there. Okay, getting complete grip on all are together. What's the difference between logging and auditing, guys? Logging keeps track of application flow. Okay, next auditing keeps track of user activities flow. User logged in, all this kind of thing. Okay, what is cons, guys? Disadvantages. Other day we discussed only two disadvantages. Let's talk all disadvantages. For small and tiny changes in one or two services or modules or layers, we need to redeploy the application by alerting the end users. Yes. When application is in what? Production. One problem is there in one module where total project is going to be down or not there. One bug or issue in one module or service of the project may affect other services or module. This indicates these applications are not reliable or not there. This indicates these applications are reliable or not reliable. Definitely not reliable. Sometimes application will shut down providing no services to clients. Providing no services to clients. Convinced with me, my dear? New technologies, concepts, framework in the existing project as part of what? Enhancement is very complex. Sometimes we will be forced to redesign the whole project or not there. Sometimes we will be forced to redesign the whole project or not there, guys. That's good. If number of module services are increased in the project, then their maintenance towards bug fixing and redeployment also takes a lot of time while working with what? Web server and application server. This may cause increase in what? Application or project downtime. This may cause increasing what? Application or project downtime. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Other day we discussed this too. Adding new technology is impossible because already modules are there in old technologies, right, guys? Moreover, all services and modules should be there in same technology. So those resources are not there. We need to recruit the new resources of that technology to complete the project, right, boss? Okay. If number of module services are increased in the project, their maintenance towards bug fixing and redeployment also increases or not. We cannot sell certain services or module of one project to clients as they needed. As needed, can we sell certain service or modules to certain project, guys? No. Since we can create service instance only for what? Entire application, not for what? Certain services or modules of the project, then lots of memory and CPU time wastage will be there as shown. Lot of CPU time and wastage will be there or not there. Lots of CPU time and wastage will be there or not there, guys. Yeah. Feel the problem first. Okay. Feel the problem first with respect to this point. Everyone, for For understanding this only, we have understood what is service instance, what is load factor. So many things we discussed are not there. Monolithic project of Flipkart. Total, how many modules are there, guys? 6 modules. Each module is having how much size, guys? Huh? What? How much size, guys? 20 MB. Total size of the project is what, guys? 20 into 6. People are thinking, oh, what? For 6 into 20 also, you have to look at the era. Huh? I know everyone is not so perfect in maths, but basic maths. Give your photograph. I'll write a tagline. For 6 into 120 started looking like this. Huh? Fine. Mahan Purush. Yeah. Tell me total what is there? What is the size of the project? What is the size of the project? 120. Okay, no doubt. Now listen. In every situation, will we use all the modules? No. Right? But can I create instances for modules or whole project only I can create? Whole project is a monolith. Is there any separate possibility of getting separate again? No, not possible, right? So whole project only I have to create instances or not? For whole project only I have to create instances, right, my dear? Okay, that's good. Great. Yeah, tell me, guys. I created multiple instances by keeping horizontal scaling in mind. So let us, how many instances I have taken? 4 instances. 120 MBs are created. Let us assume from the first instance, I'm using more and more cart service and search service. That 250 requests, 50 requests. Second instance, 100 requests to search and order. Third one, 50 requests to cart and search. And tell me, boss. For Bloor Natra, Bangalore, that is Bangalore. For Bangalore instance, Singapore instance, Dubai instance, London instance. Okay, fine. What is there, guys? Okay, 100 requests to card service, 50 requests to tracking service, 40 requests to search service. Like this taken or not taken, guys? Like this taken or not taken, guys? Definitely taken, no doubt in that. Are you understanding my statement? Okay, now tell me, total how many instances, guys? Total how many instances, guys? 4. But in that one, am I using all modules or specific modules? We are using only specific module, not the all the modules. Are you getting my point there? Okay, what is the total size of the project, guys? What is the total size of the project, guys? 480 MB. The size of the project is what? 480 MB. Are you understanding my statement, guys? But total how many requests we are trying to handling? 100, 300, 400, 500, 590, 590. So currently already handling how many requests? 590. Okay, each one can take max of how many requests? Let us assume 250. Each instance 250. Total how many instances it can handle? 1000. Right now how many requests we are giving? 590. What is the load factor? 0.59. That means more requests are there. But how much memory we are wasting? 480 MB because 4 instances for 4 projects, right? And in some instances, am I using certain modules, guys? No. In some instances, am I using certain modules, guys? No. We are not using certain modules. Are you understanding my statement, guys? In some instances, are we using certain modules, my dear? Come on. Say something, guys. I want reply from you people, guys. Come on. So we are not using certain modules. Okay. We are not using what? Certain modules. Total 4 instances. Total 1000. Load factor is 0.59. As 590 request serving as of now, nothing is there. Okay. See, what's the problem? We are able to create instance for whole project. Memory is used consumed for whole project. But in that one, you are using only one, two modules. Okay, but still we have to keep the memory for whole project or not. That means wasting more memory, but giving what? Less number of maximum requests, less number of current requests are not there. So let us assume I leaned towards microservice architecture where I have taken every module as a separate project. Every module as a separate. Now what happens, guys? For which module more demand is there? For that module, I'll create more instances, not for the whole project, right? For which module less demand is there? For that module, I'll create what? Less number of instances. Are you getting my point? Yeah, let's see, guys. Let's see, my dear. Come on. What is the story here? Let us assume we are able to create separate project or application for every service or module. Horizontal scaling by taking modules or services as the projects or what application. So indirectly we are going for microservice architecture over here. Indirectly we are going for what? Microservice architecture over here or not there. Are you understanding my statement, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah, tell me total how many services I have taken, guys? Total how many services I have taken, guys? One, two, three. One, two, three. I have taken six because six modules are there, six services, six projects. Each project size is what? 20 MB. Okay, now tell me in previous one, we found more requests are coming to cart service na boss. We try to create more instances. Okay, not no so popular. We'll try to create only one instance. Okay, now accordingly, what I did is for search service, how many instances I created? Three. Order service, how many instances? Two. Cart service, how many instances? Two. Tracking one service, refund and return one instance. Reward is what? One, because they are not popularly used. One, they are used once in a while. So I am able to create instances for modules now, boss. After all, modules also acting as projects are not there. After all, modules also acting as project are not there, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. I hope you convinced with me, guys. Okay, now tell me. Each instance 20 MB because module size is what? 20 MB. Okay, let's count all the instances I created according to the demand. So right now, instances are created for projects, instances are created for modules. Because modules is taken project. Indirectly, microservice architecture are not there. Okay, just count me. Now I want correct number. Just count me what is the size of the project by combining all these instances size. What is the size of the project? Each 20 MB total. What is the size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total how many instances are there? 10 are there. Each size is what? 20. Together is how much? 200 MB. Each instance can take how many requests? 250 max because each module is instance, right? Each module is separate project and for that only we created instances. Okay, total how many requests we can give? Total how many requests we can give? Speak out, guys. Max request. 10 into 10 into 250, 2500. Say something, guys. 10 into 250. Total how many? 2,500. That's cool. Super cool, right? Okay, now tell me. Now tell me, guys. Currently, how many requests we are giving? 100, 200, 300, 500, 870. Cooler, can I believe you? Okay, right now number of current requests are 870. Total request count is 2,500. Are you getting my point, guys? Total request count is 2,500. Number of current requests are uh, 850. Are you getting my point there or not there? Okay, now tell me, guys. Now tell me the story. Total how many requests are given, guys? Total how many requests are given? 870. Total how many requests it can take? 2000. But how much memory it is using? Okay, for 200 memory size project, 2500 maximum request can be given. Previously, for 480 MB project, I'm able to give max of 1000 requests. Very bad or not there, guys? Did you see the real power of microservice architecture here or not there? At least now you understood why I talked about load factor, max load, okay, all this stuff, so that I can prove this point technically. So that I can prove this point very, very technically or not there, guys. Okay, now onwards, we have some positive opinion on architecture or not there. Super. This kind of application development in monolithic architecture is possible, but very complex to implement and manage. To overcome this problem, we have to go for what? Microservice architecture. We definitely need to go for what, guys? Microservice architecture. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. SOA. Service oriented architecture. What architecture, guys? Service oriented architecture. What I said, RESTful. SOAP based web service comes under service oriented architecture, na boss. SOAP based web service fall under SOA. RESTful web service fall under producer consumer mechanism. It's not SOA, guys. Microservice architecture is enhancement of what? Producer consumer mechanism, where we develop each microservice as RESTful web service. What is the link between web services and microservices? Tell me, what is the link between web services and what? Microservices. Microservices are extension of what? Web services. In fact, each microservice will be developed as what? One RESTful web service, adding what? Other facilities. Simply, literally adding what? Other facilities. Okay. Microservice architecture says develop every service as one RESTful service or API and integrate them using what? Various tools and design pattern of microservice. Microservice application is equal to multiple RESTful services plus design pattern plus third party tools. It's a combination of multiple things are not there. It's a combination of multiple things are not there, guys. Okay. Super. Okay. Right now, you remove this. Right now, we are dealing with what? SOA, service oriented architecture. Yeah. This architecture is given to get communication between two applications that are developed in two different technologies, running from two different machines using what? Registry and discovery concept. So provider application is registry and registry. Consumer application get the details about that application and will using them, it will go for communication, right? Yes. Java and non-Java. So based web services, JAX, WS access, CCA web method and etc. given as what? Implementation model for SOA designing. Implementation models for what? SOA design. Are you getting my point there? SOA is a design that provides what? Certain architecture with principles to get communication between what? two incompatible applications. What applications, guys? To get communication between two incompatible applications. Okay. SOAP based web services are given based on what? So, service oriented architecture. What architecture, guys? Service oriented architecture. RESTful web services are given to develop what? Microservice architecture application, or we can develop what? Independent APIs, nothing but web service API. RESTful web service can be used for microservice architecture application or to develop what? Independent APIs. Okay, the three components of what? SOA. SOA is combination of how many component? Three. Number one, okay, service provider is developed having business method and it is published to service registry or not there. Okay, having details about web service as what? WSDL document. Nothing but WSDL document are not there. Nothing but WSDL document are not there, guys. That's good. Okay, next one is what, guys? The consumer application. What application, guys? The consumer application contacts what? Service registry. Consumer application contacts what? Service registry. Contact service registry downloads the WSDL document. What's there, guys? Downloads the WSDL document. Are you comfortable, my dear? Come on. Okay. Downloads the WSDL document. Based on the WSDL document, come on. It will write the consumer application code invoking the business methods of the provider application are not there. And this communication interaction, this is called technically called bind operation. Okay, first one, publish the details. Consumer contacts what? Service registry. Downloads what? WSDL document. Understand the provider application. Writes the logic to invoke the business methods of the provider application. That is technically called bind operation or not there. Simple, Rababu. Already we discussed this one. Naresh IT is a service registry. Faculty is like service provider. You are like service consumer. I designed my course. I kept course brochure in what? Naresh IT. Course brochure is WSDL document or not there. You download the WSDL document, nothing but course brochure. You make himself ready to attend the classes. One fine day he'll start attending classes. Nothing but invoking business method. That is nothing but bind method. Right now you are in which stage? Bind stage, find stage, publish stage. Right now you are in which stage of class attending, ra? Bind stage, ra. We are in bind stage? We both are in communication or not? Daily you are asking me subject, I am giving subject. Subject is my business method. You are asking to give me subject, right? So we are in which stage now? We are in which stage now? Bind stage. Okay, when I prepared myself ready for subject and keeping course brochures in Naresh IT is what? Published stage. You going to Naresh IT's front office, okay, gathering course details and getting course brochure is what stage? Huh? That is find stage. Find bind, don't confuse me, okay? Find stage, right? Okay, you got course brochure, you joined in the course, you decided to attend the classes daily by coming to offline or online. That comes under? Ah, some people are intelligent. Bind, find, they are pronouncing same. Take whatever you want, sir. Okay, intelligent fellows. I still remember what is web security, security on web application. These are Viva answers, na? These are Viva answers are not there. What is enabling what is that? Two-step factory, enabling two-step factory security. The one that is not one step, which is having two steps, is called what? Two-step factory, right? Those answers okay in Viva exam, but not going to work out in what? Real scenarios. Really not going to work out in real scenarios. Yeah. Advantages of what? SOA, service oriented architecture. Interoperability. Any web service interoperability is there. Producer consumer should be there in same language and technology, or can be there in two different languages and technology. Can be there in two different languages and technologies, right, guys? Next one, easy maintenance. Any change in provider application, regenerate the WSDL and keep in what? Service registry. That is enough, na? Do I need to inform to all my consumers separately? You look at our scenario only. I decided to add one topic in the course curriculum, or I decided to remove one topic from course curriculum, right? Required to add or required to remove, right, boss? Hmm. That time, what is the story, boss? Okay. That time, what is the story? I just need to inform Naresh IT people by updating course brochure. Remaining things, do I need to really worry, guys? Remaining things, do I really need to worry, my dear? No. Okay. Next one. Quality code is what? Guaranteed. Quality core is guaranteed. Since we develop provider application in our choice technology, we can develop provider application in a great stability or not there. Scalable. We can add more parallel servers or instances for a provider application for giving better service to more consumers and for their request are not there. Okay, for giving better service to more consumers and their request are not there, guys. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Next one is what? Reliable. Since the SOA mechanism is involving the service registry, we can maintain our distribute application in what? Reliable and stable state are not there. We can maintain our distribute application in what? Reliable and stable state are not there, guys. Come on. Yeah. Since SOA mechanism is involving service registry, we can maintain our distributed application reliable and this one. Why reliability, Babu? Listen, between you and me, Naresh ID not there. Okay. So for a few days, I'm Gayab. Who is answerable? No one is answerable. Okay, I don't do that. You know that fine. Only for knowledge sake. Only for what? Knowledge sake. Suppose Naresh ID is there. You have some reliability and stability. Suppose I got some emergency, they will arrange other faculty. Or they will request you, some emergency is there, wait for 10 days. Got it, my dear? Fine. I'll tell one more example. For your favorite example. Arranged marriage. Something goes wrong. Both approach elders. I mean to say, both approach what? Elders, the big people, family members, right? They'll work out one or other formula. Okay, here problem, something. Things will work out or not there. But Jogi liked each other without telling to anyone, married. Marriage happened, right? Some problem came. Who will solve the problem? Is there any stability and reliability in that relationship? Ah, it depends. It depends, right? Okay. But more chances are there in first one, na? More chances are there in first one or not there? Fine. Good, bad everywhere there. Good, bad, everywhere there. Okay. Fine. It all depends. Okay. So only for example, only you look at. Don't get into personal things. Some people are becoming aggressive. No, sir. Love marriage is great. Great. Talia also. First, come back to the subject. Oh, okay. Tell me what about what? Disadvantages? High cost. Definitely network is required here. Service registry is costly one little bit. Maintenance is also a headache, guys. Come on. It needs a lot of manpower, technology, infrastructure support for developing Java application. You and me, Ra Babu, no network, no infrastructure, nothing is required, no website, nothing. It's a direct communication. That's why maintenance is less, right? So that will reflect in the fee also, right, my dear? Because direct communication, no middle, no office staff, nothing, right? Okay. But in SOA means registry is there, so high-end infrastructure is required or not required, guys? Fine. Supports only XML based data exchange, which is fading out day to day. Nowadays, no one is using XML, right? Everyone is using what? JSON. High bandwidth internet is required. To communicate with the service registry in publishing, to communicate with the same service registry in finding the service, definitely we need what? High bandwidth network are not there. Definitely we need what? High bandwidth network are not there, guys. Okay. Definitely we need what? High bandwidth network are not there, guys. Yeah. Everyone getting my point there, guys? High cost, XML utilization, high bandwidth network. Yeah, here is what, guys? Microservice architecture. Extension to RESTful web service model are not there. It is going to be extension to what? A RESTful web service model. Concentrate, guys. In this architecture, every service or module will be developed as what? Separate project or application having connection with what? Other services or modules. Simply having connection with what? Other services or modules. Are you getting my point? Next, it is decoupled architecture of single project because multiple services or modules will be developed as what? Multiple projects, and there will be registered or integrated in a common place. They will be registered or integrated in a common place. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super. Microservice is small service on small application. Micro means small, service this. Check it out. Monolithic architecture, UI, but all are integrated to single var or jar are not there. Microservice architecture, UI is there. Service 1 separate project, service 2 separate project, service 3 separate project, service 4 separate project. All are integrated through one common registry server called Eureka server, my dear. Integration is there, but integration among the modules is not there. Integration among the projects is there. Integration among the projects. Here, project is nothing but microservice. What's the advantage, guys? All are different projects. One project down, only that project will affect. Do you think remaining projects will affect, guys? In RESTful web service, no registration of service because they are identified invoked through endpoint URLs. In microservice architecture, services will be developed as a RESTful service, but they will be registered with what? Common registry to make them discoverable for other microservice. That common registry is nothing but what? Eureka server. Here, common registry is extra. Otherwise, this is one RESTful web service, this is RESTful web service, this is RESTful, this is REST. At least now you understood why you are learning RESTful web service now. Got the clarity, my dear, why we are learning RESTful web service? Okay, that's good. UI will be developed as a common VUI for all these projects, guys. Every microservice will be developed as RESTful application or REST controller. Will be placed in what? Common registry or server to make it available for what? Other microservices or client application. To make it available for other microservices or what? Client application. So registration is compulsory. Every service is developed as separate project. All these projects will be integrated by using what? Common third party tools and okay, third party tools and what? Okay, design patterns. What guys? Design pattern. Okay. Microservice. What is this? Architecture project means microservice architecture project mean multiple services as multiple projects. Multiple services as multiple projects plus design patterns plus third party tools. Design patterns plus third party tools. Are you getting my point there, guys? Advantages of microservice architecture. Various advantages are for microservice architecture is happening or not there. Okay, that's good, great. Need not to stop other services or modules if problem comes in what? Certain module or service. Why? Every service. What is that, guys? Every service separate project. Only that service is disturbed. Remaining services will run or not there. What's the advantage of this? It looks like a small advantage as a Amirpet student, but as a company working guy, you know the importance of it. There are governments, guys. There are governments, Singapore government and Switzerland government. They are very strict on policies. Even Indian government also nowadays becoming strict. Any bank or any technology related server is down continuously for 3 hours, continuously, not continuously, altogether 3 hours in a year. The bank or that technology based company need to pay huge penalty to the government. And for some days, they will cancel certain services. That much big headache is there. Are you getting my point there? Really, sir, really. Singapore is very strict on this. Suppose if you have a monolith architecture, problem has come in one module. To fix that problem, they need to shut down whole project now, boss. Whole project down, multiple times down, 1 hour other day that will touch more than 3 hours, right? Okay, if they go for microservice architecture, 1, 2 modules are down, only they will repair by taking some time, but they never give the feeling whole project is down. Since whole project never goes down, is there any chance of getting penalties, guys? Is it not a great advantage, my dear? Is it not a great advantage, my dear? I want reply, my dear. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Need not to stop all other services while updating or patching certain service for what? Betterment. For updating or patching certain service for what? Betterment. Are you getting my point there? We can use different technologies or languages to develop different services of the project or what application. See, guys, these are RESTful web services. Is it compulsory every REST service should be there in same technology? They can be there in different, but still they are discoverable and communicatable or not there. Other day I said one statement. What is that? Okay, monolith project. Okay, I have only programmers for 50 modules development, but my project is having 100 modules. I decided to develop in Java. I have to recruit another 50 modules developers by conducting drives or not. But in microservice, that headache is there, guys? No. Okay, 50 module programmers are there now. Develop 50 microservices using Java developer. Remaining 50 you give to Python developer, JavaScript developer, .NET developer. No problem. Because microservices need not to be there in Java or same technology or language. They still can be integrated. Come on, guys. So that what happened? No resource will sit idle in the company or not there. Every resource can be utilized always or not there. All important modules we develop in Java and all not important modules we can develop in Python kind of environment or not. Don't you think it's a great feature, my dear? Don't you think it's a great feature, my dear? I want reply, guys. We can develop different technologies, develop microservices of the project. While developing any architecture-based project application, we need to use what? MVC layer. We can do horizontal scaling for each service as needed. That means if certain service like searching or cart etc. are having more demand, we can create only instances for that services only, na boss. No need of creating instances for whole services, right, boss? Upgrading or migrating to new technology needs service is not complex, quite easy compared to monolith architecture or not there. Quite easy compared to monolith architecture or not there, guys. Convinced or not, my dear? I want reply, guys. Come on. Service downtime is less because we need to perform these activities on one service at a time. We need to perform these activities on what? One service at a time. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity or not there, guys? Come on. Quite easy compared to monolith architecture. What architecture, guys? Quite easy compared to monolith architecture. Service downtime is less because we need to perform these activities on what? One service at a time. One service at a time. Tell me next one. Allows to place common things of multiple services in common place like what? GitHub instead of placing every service or module. Array, listen, here multiple services, multiple projects. Everyone talking to database. Instead of writing this JDBC driver details in every project application dot properties, what we can do, you can keep in GitHub. You can collect from GitHub to multiple projects or not. We can collect from GitHub. We can keep in GitHub and can collect from multiple projects or not there. Uh, so what is happening? If database password is changed, we can modify only one time. No need of modifying in 100 microservices. 200 microservices. You modify once, it reflects everywhere or not. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on. Developing microservice using Spring Boot is easy because most of the common things like DB setup, schema installation, etc. can be configured to occur through what? Auto configuration of the Spring Boot. Can be configured to occur through what? Auto configuration of Spring Boot. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Super. Limitations of microservices. Maintenance of the project is very complex because it generates multiple log files, contains multiple communication chain. Debugging of the code across the multiple services is too difficult or not there. Too difficult or not difficult, boss? Definitely difficult or not there. Definitely solidly difficult or not there, guys. I want reply from you people, guys. Come on. Maintenance of the project is very complex because it generates multiple log file, contains multiple communication chains, and debugging the code across the multiple services is really, really difficult or not there. Super. Next one. Needs high-end infrastructure to maintain multiple microservices. If you are going for cloud, we need to what? Purchase or rent multiple things to redeploy and manage these projects. Nothing but what? Multiple microservices. What is there, guys? Multiple microservices. Needs high-end infrastructure to maintain multiple microservices. If you are going for cloud, we need to purchase or rent multiple things to deploy. Array, every project means every separate server. Everything multiple things now, boss. In cloud environment, you need to take multiple things for rental purpose. Multiple things you have to maintain or not. Suppose you decided to develop every microservice in separate virtual machine. So you need to have multiple virtual machines or not there. That's another headache we are having or not there. Knowledge on more tools, technologies and processes required to work with what? Microservice projects. Migrating monolith project to microservice project is what? Very complex. That says all together. This says everything separate. Is it that much easier, guys? No. Testing is bit difficult if one microservice is having dependency with what? Another microservice. Here, dependency between two projects, boss. Not that much easy. Transaction upchain management across the multiple microservices is too complex. For withdraw, I have taken separate microservice. For deposit, I have taken separate microservice. Now on between two microservices, I have to perform transaction management while performing transfer money activity. It's a too complex or not there. Okay, next one. Bounded context problem. What is that? Bounded. While dividing project into microservices, with up to which one we have to take in which microservice, that division is very difficult or not there. Up to what level you have to divide, that division is very, very difficult or not there, guys. Bounded context problem. Identifying boundaries of each microservice and deciding number of microservices very, very difficult or not there. Deciding number of microservices is very, very difficult or not, my dear. Come on, everyone. TL developers cannot get complete control on the project. Contains multiple microservices implemented on multiple technologies are not there. If all are there in Java, TL belongs to Java domain can understand the project. But the different microservices are there in different technology. Can we get the complete control on the project, my dear? Okay. For my transaction management among the two microservices we have to enable. For that one, special softwares or Saga pattern we have to utilize are not there. Special project or Saga pattern. How many advantages are there? Similar number of what? Disadvantages are there. But still we have to appreciate microservice architecture. Compared to disadvantages, advantages are more and more. The advantages count is what? More and more, no doubt in that. Okay, now tell me. Nowadays, people are preferring cloud infrastructure or local infrastructure. Okay, in any cloud, what are the popular clouds, guys? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, PCF, Rackspace, Salesforce, and etc. are not there. Every cloud offers how many services, guys? Three services. PaaS, IaaS, SaaS. PaaS is and what? SaaS. Okay, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as service. A platform as service means operating system, getting operating system on rental basis. Infrastructure, getting virtual machines on rental basis, virtual machines and networks on rent. Are we create virtual machines in AWS? Are while studying AWS basics, you might have seen how to create a virtual machine. Okay, when you study, you will get to know. Okay, that's a mission in cloud. That's a mission in cloud, guys. Not a physical computer, but a virtual machine in cloud. Next one is what? SaaS, software as. Taking Oracle, Tomcat, this kind of JDK softwares on rental basis. Check it out. Infrastructure as service, RAM, HDD, network, CPU, racks, machines, PaaS platforms, SaaS softwares. A number of things will be taken here or not there. Microservice architecture is a design and whose applications projects can be implemented, developed in what? Spring environment or Spring Boot environment with the support of what? Spring Boot plus Spring Boot Cloud plus tools plus design pattern. Microservice architecture application is equal to Spring Boot REST applications plus design patterns plus lot of third party tools. Lots of third party tools. Are you getting my point there, guys? Spring Cloud module with Spring Boot provides better environment to develop and test what? Microservice architecture application. Microservice architecture application. Are you getting my point there, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah. Prefer using monolith architecture for small and yeah, listen. Spring Cloud with multiple modules. Why Spring Boot is great for microservice architecture? There is a chance of having 100 microservice to 100. All of them should do some common connectivity, common thing. Instead of writing everywhere, okay, we can get them through auto configuration very nicely or not there. Okay. Conclusion. Prefer using monolith architecture for small and medium scale Java application projects, college websites, university websites, supermarket application. Prefer using microservice architecture for large scale complex projects. Okay, e-commerce applications, banking applications. For all these applications, we can use this one or not there. Financial service application. For all these things, we can use this one or not there. Monolith architecture says develop different services as what? Different modules by combining them into what? Single var or jar file. It's like United Family or not there. It's like United Family. One person says, I cannot feel coming to outside. So whole family cancels the program or not? United Family, my dear. Come on. Okay. And United Family. Okay. So a lot of decisions should be taken together, right? So architecture says develop different services as different projects, register them in what? UDA registry, and the consumer and producer application interacts with each other using what? The XML global format. It's like faculty, institute, and what? Student kind of environment. Faculty, institute, and student kind of environment are not there. Super. Microservice architecture says develop different services as different projects and integrate them using what? Third party tools and lots of design pattern. Here, data exchange between applications takes place either using XML format or using what? JSON format. Either using XML format or using what? JSON format. Convinced with me, guys? Come on, everyone. Because microservice architecture are this one. No need of registering anything anywhere, guys. Okay. It is like nuclear families belonging to what? Same surname. Same surname, but living separate life, but they are united whenever requirement is there. They are united whenever their requirement is there. Nowadays, that is only happening now, boss. Yes or no, na? One father, five sons. All five sons will stay in what? Different places or different places of same city. But they communicate through what? Common WhatsApp group or not there? They don't stay together. They stay separately. Okay. It's like India. Unity in diversity, right? It's like in India, right? In India, I think 32 plus languages are there and 10 plus religions are there and hundreds of castes are there, right? 100 per what? Castes are there. Okay, but still we are united. Yes or no, na, guys? So we are the best example for what? Unity in diversity, right? Okay, look at Arabic countries, guys. All are Muslim community. All speak most of them Urdu only, right? But still for small reason they got separated. European countries, European countries, languages are different. That's why they separated. Aisa no na guys. China, America, India. These are the three countries. Okay. That's the beauty of democracy. That's the beauty of democracy. China somehow surviving without democracy. They say it's a democracy, but it's not democracy. Okay. But America and India, right? Though we are big countries, we are surviving because of what? Though there is a diversity. In America also a lot of diversity is there. So much diversity is there. And moreover, country is also a vast country. It's a wider country. I think you don't believe 4 or 5 time zones are there. Every season they change the watch timings. 4 or 5 time zones are there. In India also, they're planning to bring time zones. Why? Because for eastern part of India, for them 6 a.m. For us 6 a.m. is not same 6 a.m. Yes or no? Na? For them 6 a.m. For us 6 a.m. is not 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Because for them early morning comes a bit early, right? Because sun rises in the east. So in India also they're trying to bring 2 time zones, okay, so that people can enjoy more daytime. So now what's happening? Everything is running according to IST, Indian Standard Timing, that runs only with one time zone. So due to this, what happens? The eastern part of people, they are not able to enjoy what? Daylight more. Actually, for them, sun rises at 5 a.m. only. 5 a.m., 4:30 only. But they need to follow Indian timings, other time zones. So that's why they are able to start their day from what? 6 o'clock. Especially railway part, that is railway timings. This is disturbing a little bit. It's under it's under process. Maybe in this tenure of Modi government, they may bring 2 or 3 time zones in India also. Be prepared for that. Okay. Yeah, this what? Uh, Monolith is like United Family. This is like faculty, institute, student environment. This is nuclear family connected through some common thing, right? They have all people together constructed one common party hall. They constructed common community hall. Something they constructed or common temple. Like that they got connected, guys. Individual but united. So this is what is there? Advantages, disadvantages of microservice architecture. Any queries, guys? Yes, Arunachal earliest morning and Gujarat late in starting their day. Also can say European Union is the prime example of microservices. They are different but takes call on what? Separate UU dollar, European dollar. Yeah, yeah, European is there, no? European countries. They are different countries, but they agree common dollar and they agree common what is that visa also? Maybe Recently, Britain exited from European community, but remaining all countries are still traveling together are not there. But European countries are costliest countries, guys. Very costly means costly. Yeah. Session 1, session 2. Here is what? Session 3. Spring Boot Cloud Architecture. Yeah. Look at this diagram, guys. Microservice application. Service as RESTful tools design pattern. Microservice application in Spring Boot. Developer. Every service has Spring Boot REST application. Use a lot of cloud module, lot of design pattern, lot of third party tools. Okay. This is overview diagram of microservice architecture. If someone asks, explain microservice architecture diagrammatically, draw this overview diagram. Draw this overview diagram. Looking very complex, sir. Nothing complex, easy only. See, multiple services are developed as multiple microservice projects. Clear? These projects individually uses Spring Data JPA to talk with the SQL database software. Individually uses Spring Data, MongoDB, Spring Data, Cassandra kind of thing to interact with what? NoSQL database softwares. These modules individually uses MQs for message-based communication, mail for mailing activity, batch for batch processing, caching for caching activities. Come on. These are integrations, Rabhav. These modules will use different these microservices will use different modules of Spring Boot for completing their task or not there. Any confusion on this, guys? Okay, but in microservice architecture, we also take the support of other things. There is something called Netflix Eureka server. This is also called R&D server. Nothing but registry and discovery server, my dear. Nothing but register and what? Discovery server. What do you say, guys? You can happily call it as what? Register and discovery server are not there, guys. Also called as register and what? Discovery server. Convinced with me, my dear. Come on, everyone. Getting my point here or not there? Okay, that's good. Okay, now focus, guys. Focus and convince. All these microservices will be registered in Eureka server to make them discoverable for other microservice. Yes or no, guys? All European countries will be registered in what? UU community, so that each country can cooperate with other company, other country or not there. Okay, different individual microservices doing something related to project, but they are simply registered with Eureka server or not there. Point one common. Okay, next. All these microservices wants to use common properties by writing only for one time. So that time we keep in GitHub and we get them to multiple microservices through what server? Config server. What server, guys? We get them to microservices through what server, guys? What server, guys? Config server. Are you comfortable, my dear? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity, my dear? I want reply, my dear. Come on. Everyone convinced with me or not there? That is going to be config server, right? Okay. In GitHub or any other place, we will place common properties like JDBC properties, JPA properties, security properties, mail properties, right? They are required in multiple services. We use the config server concept to get them to multiple microservices or not there. All microservices will be registered with Eureka server to make each microservice discoverable for what? Other microservice. Point is clear, guys? Okay, next. Common properties of multiple microservices will be kept in what? GitHub, GitLab kind of Git accounts. From there, we use config server support to put them into multiple microservices are not there. To simply literally put them into what? Multiple microservices are not there, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Are you getting my point here, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. Tell me next one. What is the next story, guys? Yeah, this is circuit. Array, one microservice talks to another microservice. Sometimes destination microservice is down. Sometimes destination microservice is down. When it is down, come on, tell me. I will get ugly messages, non-technical, technical ugly messages. Are you ready to bear them, guys? No. Then we take the support of circuit breaker concept. Old days each streak, nowadays resilience 4J. What is that? So that what happens, guys? So that what happened? Whenever destination microservice is down, okay, whenever destination microservice is down, we are going to get non-technical guiding messages. That's number one. Number two advantage. See, destination service is down, but still request is coming to source. Every time it is attempting to go to destination, again failing, again failing. Instead of making failing every time, once we take 10 requests, in that one 50% failed, guys. Then what we do? Certain amount of time, though request comes to source microservice, we will not let to execute destination microservice. That means that is taken care by circuit breaker. Circuit breaker, two advantages. Advantage number one, to display non-technical guiding message to end user when communication with the destination microservice is failed. Clear, boss? Number two, after certain number of continuous failures or certain percentage of continuous failures, you take a decision. Let us not communicate with the destination microservice, though request comes to source microservice for next 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you try once. It is up, go for communication. Okay, not up. Again, keep in silent mode for next 10 minutes. After again 10 minutes, you try once. It is up or down. Yes, not up. Again, go for what? Don't enable communication. Don't attempt to go for communication for next 10 minutes. So this will reduce unnecessarily network calls are not there, especially when destination microservices down are not there. Let me put like this by taking one real life example. Someone is calling you and you are calling someone because you don't have direct answer to answer. Right? Okay, for some time his phone is switch off. But still you are getting the call and you are forwarding the call. You are getting the call, you are forwarding the call. So every time what happened, guys? One error message telephone by given by telephone provider company will come or not. Instead of that, okay, I want to display my own messages. Instead of giving technical error messages, you want to convince the other person, okay, he's busy, it seems, he's in not in network itself, some convincing reason instead of giving technical reasons, right? For that one, we have to use circuit breaker now, boss. That's the one thing. Another thing, you are getting call back to back, and back to back you are forwarding. You know that he is not going to be there. So in that situation, what do you have to do? You wait for 50% failures out of given current request. If 50% failure happened, you keep communication with the destination microservice in what? Wait mode for certain amount of time. What mode, guys? Wait mode for certain amount of time. Are you getting my point there, guys? Which mode, guys? Wait mode for certain amount of time. Are you getting my point here, guys? Which mode, guys? Wait mode for certain amount of time. Convinced or not, my dear? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Ah. In this wait mode, whatever calls you get to you, you never forward to that fellow. You only handle somehow by giving non-technical error message. After 10 minutes, again, I try to check. I try to check once. Whenever request comes, I try to check one. Up. Go for communication. Not up. Again, suspend communication with the destination for next 10 minutes. So that will reduce network round trips. That will reduce getting error messages more and more now, boss. Who will take care of that? Circuit breaker. All these are design patterns, boss. Okay. Okay. But initially, circuit breaker is implemented using what? Eat streak. Nowadays, they are implementing by using what? Resilience forge. Convinced them what avoid. Okay. Next one. Spring Boot action. In, in every microservice, not only functional features, we also need non-functional features. Na? Threads info, processes info. Come on. Threads info, processes info. Lot of information should be kept or not there. Lot of information should be kept or not there, guys. I want reply, my dear. Come on. Lot of detail should be kept or not. Lot of information should be kept or not there, guys. Are you comfortable, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah. In every microservice, lot of non-functional features. I want to see them in one place. For that one, we need a GUI environment, and this Spring Boot admin server will take care of that. What server, guys? Admin server. In every microservice, along with the functional feature, we also add a non-functional feature with the support of actuators. But I don't want to see non-functional features of each microservice separately. I want to say in a common place. For that one special server is there. Admin server is there. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. Next one. Every microservice will generate separate log file if I enable logging. Come on. But are you interested to operate this log file separately? No. I need a single GUI environment to see all the log messages are not there. And for that one, ELK stack. Earlier Sleuth and Jipkin, guys, but that is outdated. Now what is there? ELK stack. ELK stack you studied in what? DevOps. But don't worry, with respect to microservices, I'll teach here also. What is the one we are taking, guys? ELK stack. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, next one, concentrate. No, this one. Every microservice, lot of microservices are there doing this business activity. So let us assume certain business activity is completing because of two microservices. Each microservice will have its own database. Come on. But you want to complete the work only when both microservices are involved. So you have to apply transaction management on two microservice business methods are not there. Okay, that is not called local transaction. That is called distributed transaction. Are very simple, Ra. In your transaction management, one database is involved, local transaction management. Two databases are involved. Are two microservices mean there is a chance of two databases now, my dear? Then I need what? Distributed transaction management support or not? Atomarcus, Narayana, this kind of what? Distributed transaction management support you have to take. Everyone convinced or not, my dear? Narayana also one provider name who provide distributed transaction management support. Or we can take the support of what? Saga pattern. What pattern, guys? Okay, now listen. For withdraw, I'm taking separate microservice. For deposit service, separate micro. But someone wants to complete with transfer money. So two databases or two microservices are involved or not there? Involved or not involved, guys? Definitely involved, right? Two database or two microservices are definitely involved or not there? Definitely involved. So on two database, two microservices, we have to perform what? Do everything or nothing principle or not there, guys? Do everything or nothing principle should be applied or not applied? Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. For that purpose, we have to go for what? Distributed transaction management. What do you say, guys? Getting clarity or not there, guys? Okay. Distributed transaction management. Yeah, now listen. Once again, let me summarize. All microservices should be registered with Eureka server. That's why this Eureka server. Common properties of microservices will be kept in what? GitHub. Will be linked with microservices through config server, right? Okay, every microservice wants to deal with a non-functional feature using concept called actuators. Actuators nothing but ready-made microservice, ready-made RESTful services dealing with non-functional features like threats info, processes info, health of the project, this kind of thing. But I don't want to see each microservice non-functional feature separately. I want to see in a common place, and that common place is nothing but admin server, right? Next, guys. When one microservice is in communication with other microservice, whenever destination microservice is down, I don't want to get technical error messages. Similarly, I don't want to go for repetitive communication with the destination. I want to give certain gap before going to give communication with the destination. For that one, circuit breaker na boss. Circuit on means communication on. Circuit broken means communication is off. Say something, my dear. Yeah. Tell me next one. Every microservice gives separate log file, but I want to see all log messages in single place, ELK stack. Okay. If microservices are involved in transaction management, multiple microservices. So for that one, you have to take distributed, not the local transaction management. For that one, third party tools and design patterns are there. We have to use them. Okay, tell me guys, for this microservice architecture project, one type of client is possible or lots of types of clients are possible? One type of client is possible or lots of types of clients are possible? One type of client is possible or lots of types of clients are possible? Lots of types of clients are possible. Are you getting my point there, guys? Convinced or not, my dear? Got the clarity or not there, guys? Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Okay, that's good. Here is the story, guys. Here is the story. Ah. What is this API gateway? You might have heard here and there, right? Okay, now tell me. All these microservices are individual projects. They have individual URLs. These front-end people can communicate with each microservice using individual URL. Let us assume 200 microservices are there. Total, how many URLs will come, guys? How many microservices? How many URLs? Is it possible for front-end people to remember 200 URLs? They expect a common URL, right? Common URL. So that common URL is given by API gateway. It's a common entry and exit point for all the microservices of the project. So these front-end people worried about this only, na? And later, based on the extra information that is there in the URL, it will delegate the request to other microservices or not there. It's like a dispatcher servlet within a web application, but it's a microservice acting as a front controller for other microservices. Dispatch servlet is what? Within the one application front controller, right? But it's a project, microservice project acting as front controller for other microservice project. It's a project level front controller, right, boss? API gateway also one dummy microservice. It will take all the requests, delegates to other microservices, gathers the result, and sends those results to what? Front end application. Sends those results to what? Front end application. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Array, fin client is a communication one, right? I cannot give highlight. It's for communication. That is not any separate component. That's the internal communication component. Array, here fin is there. You are not seeing. Check it out. For communication, they are using ribbon client or fin client or not there. So what happens? API gateway acts as special microservice, becoming entry and exit point for other microservices. What it will take care? Routing. Takes all the requests and routes to different microservices. Filters. By applying some filter. Filter means we can keep pre-request processing and post-response generation logic. Instead of applying security on every microservice, apply one front API gateway indirectly applied on everyone are not there. So that's why SSO, JWT, OAuth, Okta, all these security related things can be applied on API gateway are not there. And how does it will carry the data? JSON with HTTP. Generally JSON, if you want, you can go for XML also. What filters will do, sir? Apart from security, if you want to write any common pre-request processing logic, common post-response generation logic, I just want to check performance of each microservice, trap the request, trap the response, find out the difference. So then we can tell what this microservice has taken this much time to process the request or not there. This microservice has taken this much amount of time to process the request or not there. Say something, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Getting my point or not there, guys? Convinced with me or not there, guys? Hmm. So this is about the whole mechanism of what? Overview diagram or not there. Don't worry. Everything is explained here one by one. What is the role of each one? What is local transaction? What is global transaction management? Everything is kept. This is the overview diagram of microservice architecture. Next 10 days or 12 days or 15 days, whatever days you give me or I take, all about implementing this. Tomorrow we'll start with Eureka server. So first microservice, na? If Eureka service is ready, next day I can develop microservice and publish it. Yes or no, na, guys? I think you got the basic idea about microservice architecture. Fine. So tomorrow onwards, coding will start and don't miss the classes at any cost. Very, very important. And moreover, I take one project or one application. On that only, I will add every facility. Got it, my dear? So one day, if you miss, it may affect the next class. One application we develop, there only we try to add config server. On that only we try to add what? Admin server. On that only we add API gateway. And later we develop the mini project. Okay? Because I don't want to take separate project for everything. One project we develop properly. There only we try to add all the facilities. So that's a lot of interconnectivity is there in the development. Please don't miss the classes properly. Sir, how many days? Mostly I need 2 weeks. But as I said, common topics still continue. Anyhow, next weekend batch will be completed. Right? Okay. After that, I will take Redis cache and this kind of discussions are there. Kafka, security, JWT, integration of React JS. Okay. But listen, officially your batch will be over after 2 weeks in 11 o'clock slot. But you are still need to attend weekend session using common topics link. Yes, na? That too continuously. Otherwise, you will get the scoldings like yesterday. Fine. Okay. So now let me upload the document, guys. I think microservice architecture is interesting or boring? Interesting. I think some people already attended microservice classes. Attended or not attended? I think some project review classes, something happened, right? Okay. So now for them it becomes cakewalk because already you know some basic terminologies. But more clarity I'm going to give. There you studied for interview, but this time we are serving for survival. So my teaching is not for interview. My teaching is for what? Survival, though you are showing gap as experience, right? Okay. Yeah, most of your batchmates are getting job. Jitin Tiwari from your batch got job. Next, one more one. Vishnu Vamsi. What's the name? Complete name.